Peace. What's going on, my peoples? Y'all all right? It's your boy Sincere Seven coming to you live and direct from the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, representing the House of Genesis. Oh, matter of fact, hold on a minute. Let me see. We know what that be doing, right? Turn that glare off. Yo, what's going on, my weebles? So I'm just in here kicking it, doing a little work, and had a conversation, and something came to my attention about me and some growth and development that I've apparently uh, went through, and I just was like, oh, that was something that I wasn't focused on, right? And so that's what I wanted to come and kick it about. You know, I'm doing a little work. Let me be 100. I'm doing a little work. Let me see. TNAM60 requested to be in your live video. I ain't even got started yet. Give me a few minutes to get started. I ain't even really dropped it yet. You couldn't be ready to debate or nothing yet. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming that was an accident. But if not, we'll come back and I'll let you in. You know what I mean? I know I do. But all right, so dig. How many of y'all have ever healed on accident? That's the conversation. That's what we talking about, right? And so when I say that, I want to be clear that I do mean either physical healing, mental healing, spiritual healing, whatever type of healing that might have taken place. Wherever there was a diseasement or a ailment or a something that was out of the way that it was supposed to be in your life, right? And whenever time frame or whatever happened, you came to realize that was no longer an issue. That was no longer a problem. Has it ever happened to you? You know what I'm saying? I've heard of people who have went to take ayahuasca, found out that they had debilitating diseases. And, you know, a lot of times that sets about a depression and different things, anxiety inside of people. And I have heard several stories of those, some people who have felt like that and went to take part in a sacred plant medicine journey and have came back healed from the very ailment that they were going to deal with the depression about. And I found that to be very, very interesting. You find out you got cancer, you are depressed about it, you have anxiety, you have all of these thoughts, and you struggling with the reality of it. And somebody says, "Yo, you need to go on an ayahuasca journey. You need to go on mescaline or peyote journey, right, of some sort, you know." And you like, all right, like you right, I do need that. And you go and you take ayahuasca, and you come back. And the next time that you go to the hospital to get a checkup to check your, you know, disease or the progress or the lack of it or whatever, and it's gone. Let me be clear. I haven't had anybody take my ayahuasca ceremony and come back healed from cancer or, you know, these different diseases and heart conditions and stuff. I haven't experienced that myself, like with the individual actually taking part in my plant medicine. You know, like I always say, it's a difference in a shaman and a medicine man. So when I have people that are physically sick, I deal with alternative healing modalities and healing with the kingdoms. When I have people going through anxiety, stress, depression, things of that nature, we use entheogens. So I've never tried to heal a person, nor have I had anybody who was that I knew of that had some type of debilitating disease, and that was the reason why they was taking the ayahuasca or the mushrooms or the things like that, right? So I have heard those situations. And of course, I'm very clear that some of us, like I would say that at some point in time, there was something within my body based off how I eat, based off of me smoking weed, based off of all the different lifestyle choices that I make, that there was, I'm sure, something that came up within my body that if I was the type of person to go to the hospital for different things like that, would have been a diagnosis where they felt like I needed to take some type of treatment or things like that. And I'm pretty sure that my my um my quality of life, the things that I do, being a medicine man, doing the Cambo consistently, doing the snake venom, doing, these different herbs and plants and all of these different teas and all of that. I'm pretty sure that I've accidentally taken care of something that I didn't even know was an issue within the body. That's how it's really supposed to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just feel something going on within your body, and you go to your herbologist or your medicine man or whoever. You just let them know what you feel, and then you start to pay attention and focus in intentionally on that. The whole diagnosis thing, that's part of Western medicine's modality. That's part of Western medicine's mode of operation, excuse me. So that's the way. So when we say accidentally, really, it's kind of really just the way that we operated, before Western medicine. But what I was really more or less focused when I came to the understanding was in my emotional and mental health. So let's talk about it. Everybody, well, no, not everybody. A lot of people have traumas. A lot of people have things in their life that they dealt with, they went through, that was traumatic. And trauma is the body's response to those things. This is something that you carry. You every time you get into a certain situation, this is how you naturally respond because, because of whatever it was. It's your body's creative way to responding to something negative that happened to you. If you got beat a lot, then you might do this. That's a trauma response. It's trauma. Like, so if you got in a car accident, every time somebody hit the brake, you do, those types of things, right? But we also have those things emotionally. Okay. To meet Tammy Stokes, welcome. You have requested to be on. I don't know if you know you on or not. We have those things emotionally. So for me, dealing with abandonment issues with my mother early on in life, my responses to how would we say, dealing with mates, dealing with relationships, right? Tammy Strokes. Okay, there we go. So my traumas was dealing with relationships, right? And so I had what I would call, what do you call that? It's where you clingy as fuck. It's where you always want that person around you. I've always talked about, me and not going 50-50 and my woman ain't got to work and all of that type of shit. Let me tell y'all something. It wasn't because, that's the standard of a man and, I'm supposed to take care of her and this is what old school men did and da-da-da. No, it was because I want you around me as much as possible. What you mean you got to go to work? Why you? No, I'll make money. Don't go to work. Come sit next to me. Come here, roll up, sit right here. Yeah. All right, bet. I'm making money all day. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I have no problem because I want her next to me. Now, what I realized is that is from trauma. This is like, if you're not next to me, then there is an opportunity for somebody else to get you. There's an opportunity for something to happen to you. Now, this is not the same as insecure. Don't get it twisted. I'm not insecure. I know who I am. I know what type of man I am. I'm actually more egotistical than I am insecure. So don't get that twisted. It's not like who's that talking to you? Oh, where you going? Oh, no. It's one of my mates was narcoleptic. So when she would be gone more than an hour, literally, I'm thinking she got in an accident. You fell asleep somewhere and hit something. You know what I'm saying? It was just like that. It was more of just fear of losing you, not to another mate, but anything, whether it was life, sickness, a job, whatever it was that's going to keep me away from. And so what that did was it caused me to be very like, I'm calling you every day. I want to see you every day, all day. And if I get a constant, like, oh, I can't, I gotta work, or I can't, I gotta this, or I can't, it would be like, oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm good. You on some bullshit. You know what I mean? And really would pull away from those people no matter how the bond was, the relationship, any of that. And that was a trauma response. And so this is also what kept me in relationships, poly relationships, just relationships, period. Like that was why it was like I always felt like I needed to be wanted because I wasn't wanted by my mother, right? So going through all of this, for those of y'all who've known me for a while and been on, y'all know that I just had a break from last year and we acted like we was gonna try something again, and it was like, man, stop playing. But anyway, so since then, just being by myself, and I realized that I have not spent a lot of time by myself as an adult because of what we're talking about, this trauma, right? And so I have individuals that have been in my life for quite a long time that I care about. And some of them have given me compassion through my journey. They've seen me and been like, yo, you've been poly and we've been around all your life, and now you speaking on this monogamy and you pushing everybody away that's been caring for you. We'll allow it. So after that monogamous relationship is over, you start walking around looking like y'all still fuck with me and receiving that. Like, you good. Like, we fuck with you. Like, do you? But the care is still there. The love is still there. All of that, right? And it's like, all right. And I found myself spending more time in my home alone, spending more time at work, focusing on meditation, focusing on yoga, focusing on my diet, focusing on being a better father to my children, right? I got them 4 days out the week, Monday through Thursday. So, and that's another change that I had to keep in mind, because every other time that I was separated, when the women left, they would take my children with me. So now here I am by myself. So that's something to think about. I don't know, because where I'm going with all of this is that since this separation, now I find myself not being dependent upon. When I meet a woman and we're courting and we talking and I'm interested and I'm like, yeah, this is what's up. Oh, in the past, if she didn't make herself available whenever I wanted, basically, it would be an issue. Like, well, what you doing? Like, why not? Okay, well then I'm straight, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I fuck with you when I find time, but you're not gonna be a priority. It would be like offensive to me. And so for that, let me just go on away because you're not really gonna be here for me. And I found myself now having none of those qualities going on with myself. If I'm looking to see somebody or spend time and they're just giving me reasons over and over why they can't, or things is going on in their life, instead of responding like a child, like, oh, well, all right, well, yeah, he must not really, no, it's like, yo, you know what? I get that. I understand that. Yo, when you got time, yo, let me know, because I would love to. And it's sincere. It's not like, yeah, all right, well, just let me know when you got time, but I'm on the other, like, on my face over here, like, all right, let me know when you got time for sure. No. It's sincere, like, all right, no problem. You know what I'm saying? We have lives. Nobody's life should be centered around me except mine. Why did it take till I was 45 to realize that? Why did I take till I was 45 to realize that if they do, that's a red flag? If you will allow your life to circulate around me, what does that say about how you feel about yourself? And that's where the healing came in at. His last relationship, I realized so much about that monogamy. Let me tell y'all something, y'all. That shit, that was a motherfucker. That monogamy shit, that's a motherfucker. It really was for me. And it really was needed. Like, okay, because what it caused me to do is it caused me to not have a whole bunch of other places to escape reality to. Nope, this your mate, and then outside of that, there's just you. Not I can find myself in other people. And so it caused me to look at me quite a bit, even in the monogamy, saying like, yeah, I do love you, but, and not like things are wrong, but there's not everything right. And I don't feel 100% this, that, and the other. And it gave me the ability to realize what I really want, what I really need. My whole life, I'm trying to be a good man to women. That was all I was focused on. And it was like, why the fuck do I keep doing what I'm trying to do, but it's not working? Because you never ever focused on your value, what you want, what you expect in return. These are things that need to be focused on. And somewhere within the last few years, I guess I've done it, because at this point, I love myself so much that I'm okay with being by myself. I'm okay with being around myself. Yes, most definitely, I love female companionship. Most definitely, I'm still a fan of the black woman. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of women, period. Let me just be clear. But, I got a special spot in there, right? But it's like, all right, well, it's like how they say, if you like a flower, when you say I picked that flower, it don't mean picking it out, because when you pick it and take it home, now it's going to dwindle and die because it no longer is in contact with what made it itself. I was the flower that was picked and taken home and put in a vase, and all my creativity, all of who I was, what I did, all of that shit just dwindled away. And I realized, no, you got to be you. You got to be you unapologetically, and you got to be with somebody who's okay with you being you. That's what relationships should be based on. Love ain't just gonna get it. Yeah, I love her, she love me. True enough. But do she love me being me? Because I love being me. So when you pick that flower, that means you come to that garden every day, and that's the one that you pick to focus on, not pick it out of the garden. You pick it. You pick that flower to focus on. You pick that flower when you come to pick weeds from around it. You pick that flower when you come to add some water, add some plant food to. It's a garden. It's outside. It's nature. But I picked that one, not pick it out and bring it home, because I needed to be the beauty that it would be if it was in my presence, in my what is that called when it's my mine? What is that shit called? Ownership. So I healed accidentally. I didn't even know I was healing, but that monogamous relationship helped me to heal, because I did have abandonment issues. I did have, these actions that I would carry on with in life to make me feel better about things. I'm not saying I'm not polygynous anymore. I'm still open to the poly lifestyle, but it's not a need. It's not a need. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to have all of these women adorn me and tell me they love me and and I don't even love. The reason I needed that was because I didn't have the love for myself, so I needed them to love me so I could feel loved and shit. You know what I'm saying? After going what I went through, I'm like, yo, you don't love the kid? You crazy as fuck. I'm fly as fuck. Do you know? Woo, 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 right? And it's like, yo, your love is dependent on other shit. That's not who I am. Your love is dependent on the idea of me doing something. But no, look at me. Let me show you what's dope about me. And all of this trying to bring all of this about because I only have one mate. I need you to see the greatness in me. It caused me to see it. Like, you not seeing this. Listen what I'm trying to show you. So now I'm like, shit, yeah, that's cool. I see it now. I feel good now. That's how you need to be. You see you. You feel you. Now everybody issues differently. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. Like I always speak on the hardest relationship I've always had was women who was part of the foster care system. And they was always some of my favorites too. Ain't that crazy how ironic that is? Like the favorite, like those women for whatever reason were the ones who just like grasped me like and had me. Like they had me. And then they would self-sabotage because as a foster care child, you don't believe your parents. Your foster parents love you. They're gonna send you back. You're gonna do something they don't like, they're gonna send you back. So you have this tendency to self-sabotage to check to see if they still love you. All right, let me do some stupid shit. Let me do some fuck shit. Let me go ham. Let me burn your kitchen down while you sleep. See, I knew y'all was gonna send me back, but y'all whole time you like, yo, I got a baby upstairs. Like, yo, you are a child, but so is this, and now you put that child in danger. So we gotta send you back. And it's not that they don't love you; it's that you doing this. And this is what they do in adult life. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. So they'll do things, they'll say things, they'll cause separation. You know what I'm saying? So doing the works that I do, hearing the traumas, hearing the life struggles and how these people respond to them and what they're trying to change, I go and look at my own. I go and try to find out, do I got anything left over? You know what I'm saying? Because my pops, he was a motherfucker. And my mom's, she out of here. You know, and the things that I experienced, it caused me to be, right? And so I had to recondition myself and brainwash myself. Look at the things. Some things I like that. No, I'm gonna keep that. Leave it just where it's at. Nope, I like that. Protection mechanisms. But some things, ooh, I wish I didn't do that. Ooh, I wish I didn't put women through that. Ooh, it's not your place. It's not your job to make sure that all day I felt like like, no, that's boy, you got a problem. I did, and I had to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And we all need to face our issues with that much, it's like it's okay. Like the fuck, it wasn't my fault. It was my mama and daddy's fault. I'm fixing that shit. I ain't ashamed about it. Y'all fucked the young boy up. But as a grown man, I'm gonna go fix the young boy. Cause that young boy is still in there. Let me be clear. When you turn 20, that didn't mean that the 11-year-old you was gone. That's still there. The 10-year-old you was there, the 9-year, all of them are still in there. Now, what might have happened is some trauma might have came and took place at a certain age, and at that age, that right there, journey with you stopped. Yeah, it stopped. So they back there. They not with you. All of those ages are supposed to walk with us. Sometimes we go through traumas and we lose our younger selves and we become trapped in that. Thank you for your transparency, sincere. I love it. It's all good. Listen, I'm the medicine man of the village. I know everybody's illnesses, they diseases, they sicknesses, they fears, they inhibitions, their sexual indiscretions, they violations. Who the fuck am I to hide anything? Everybody in my village that I know something personal about them. Everybody. And that's a weight to carry. So I don't have no bags of my own. I don't have no secrets. Let me be clear. You know what I'm saying? I am very transparent with the community about me. Y'all can pretty much ask me anything because I know everything about y'all. I feel like it's only right. You know? That's like me having all of y'all security clothes, but y'all don't have my address. Nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You got all my security codes. I need your address, Poppy. I need your mama address. That's what security clearance is all about. Yeah. So anyway, um, I had to look deep within myself of what are these things that you possess that you can do without? What are these things that you possess that others can do without? You know what I'm saying? What am I putting on the women that I claim to care about that are showing me love? What am I putting on the brothers that come around me and claim to be friends? What am I putting on them because of my own personal feelings and this and that? A lot of us walk with this thought like it doesn't matter. That's just how I am. No, it does matter. It does. We are a village people. We are a village. What we do affects the next one. You know what I'm saying? I have come to understand. That's why I've changed a lot in how I communicate. Because a lot of y'all know I used to not give a fuck. Now I just don't give a fuck. It's a difference. You'd have to experience to understand. But on some real shit, we supposed to, y'all. That's what we here to do. You know what I'm saying? How am I gonna say I'm here to uplift you, I'm here to help you, I'm here to support you, but I'm gonna tell you I don't give a fuck about how you feel. Now I'll be serious, like I'm not gonna sway the message because of how you feel. You know what I'm saying? But I will keep into consideration that you feel like that. And that's what that means. It doesn't mean I'm gonna still not give you the message. It doesn't mean you still not gonna like the message. I'm keeping in consideration that how you feel. And that's what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, as who I am, I gotta tell you the truth. And that's how we all supposed to be. That's the sincere part. Sincere means without wax. For those of y'all who don't know. It comes from the time of sculptors, when they used to have sculptures and they used to paint the sculptures and they'd have these fine sculptures in their houses and all of this. And of course, it started to get around to understanding that the painting is unnecessary because the art is in the sculpting, and the paint actually covers up the wax. And the people are like, what do you mean? Well, when somebody makes a mistake in the carving, in the structure, they just fill it with wax because you'll never know because it's painted. So people started to put all of their sculptures, because you want to know the real value of the sculpture. So they started to put them in the kilns and the fires and burn the paint off, which started to reveal all the imperfections in the structures. And so it'd be like, that piece had wax in it. Now you got this piece on your mantle and it's all cracked up, all type of chips and all of this. And it's really not worth anything like it was before. But the pieces that came out, the way that they went into the fire, they were named without wax. Sin, sear. Without, sin is without, sear is wax. Sincere, a sincere piece. So I'm gonna come out the fire same way you put me in. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna lie. I'm not finna fake. I'm not finna front. Not for no one. Anybody who knows me knows that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where that comes from. So I have to be like that. I have to look like that. That's the name. That's why I chose that name, because I used to be a liar when I was little. I lied all the time. Why? Why did I lie? Why do people lie? Because they're scared. That's why they lie, because they're scared. Think of any time a person told a lie. There was fear in that. There was fear of losing somebody, fear of getting punished, fear of some type of retaliation, fear of being looked at in a certain way. It's always fear based. And I heard a person say before, man, if a motherfucker lie to you, they'll steal from you. If they'll steal from you, they'll kill you. And I was like, damn, I lie to a lot of people. I don't want to kill a lot of, like, that's how y'all, like, and it really struck me. And I was like, damn, lying is some fucked up shit then. And I started to just look at lies and when they were being told and the things that were, and I was like, every time a lie is being told, it's some bullshit around it. It's some bullshit to go with it. And I just was like, I want to live that type of life where I ain't got to lie no more. That's also where the poly came from. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it started at. It wasn't really about having multiples. It was about just being honest with people I've dealt with. You know, but the not lying is something that I had to. Let me tell y'all like this. This is not an easy task. I'm gonna tell you like that. Any of y'all who think that y'all don't lie, you lying if you say that. You know what I'm saying? Because to not lie, you lose a lot of things. You lose friends, you lose family, you lose your freedom, you lose a lot of stuff until you integrate into a life that incorporates not having to lie. Let me just be very clear. We have been taught to lie since the time of birth. When we was little, that was what crying was about, to get what we wanted. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like like just lying. It's incorporated into our lifestyles, right? Be polite, baby. That's a form of lying, you know, all of these different things. So when you stop lying, it really creates a different character. You can tell a person who doesn't lie because of how people around them look at them. You know what I'm saying? How they deal with them, right? You know what I'm saying? They're not quick to have that individual everywhere because if there's like most places or lies are being told, and if they're coming around, then it's possible for those lies to be, um, unmasked, right? So this practice was something that was more painful until the life incorporated around not having to lie was integrated, and then it became a breeze, and then it became one of the greatest things I've been known for. I'm honored. A lot of people will say a lot of things about me. They'll say I'm an asshole. They'll say he too hype. He always he think he know everything. I mean, there's a lot of people who say a lot of shit about me, but ain't nobody gonna tell you I'm lying. Ain't nobody gonna tell you I ain't got no integrity. Ain't nobody gonna tell you no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Even all my exes, when they talk to other women who you like, cause I be telling like, man, you can talk to my baby mama when she comes drop off the kids, like, shit like that. Like, speak to my previous employers. Girl, they woo woo woo, but he ain't gonna lie to you. That's for sure. And I've enjoyed that, having that as my character. You know what I'm saying? It felt good as coming from somebody who lied all the time. Because what it also shows is that I'm not scared. I'm not scared no more. And that was what it really was. I didn't want to be scared no more. Period. I didn't want to be scared no more. You know what I'm saying? I was scared in my youth. That was what caused everything. That's what caused me to be a great man. Fear. Fear. And abandonment from my mother. It's like, damn, my mama don't want me, something wrong with me. Let me get my shit right. Let me work on myself. So anytime I heard a woman say, you know what I like? I like a man that whatever she said after that, I do that shit. I sew, I cook, I clean, I fight, I fuck, I protect, I provide, I get money. Like all of that shit, all of that is a trauma response. All of that shit is a trauma response. I'm traumatized from being abandoned by my mother, so I never want to be abandoned again. So I'm gonna be an amazing dude, so that women won't have no reason to leave. Like, nigga, yeah, cause you keep wanting me to be around you 24/7. You want me to be joined at the hip. That's why I always mess with women who didn't have no businesses and didn't have, once you had too much money and stuff like that. Nah, man, that's just a threat, man. I need you around me. Fuck you, me. I've had some very successful, you know what I'm saying, top of the line women and shit. And you're like, all right, all right. Whether it was me or them, it was like, all right, this dude, he tight, but what's all this shit about? How I'm gonna be top of the line if I'm hanging around you all day, sitting next to you all day? Man, I'm glad I'm over that shit. I'm glad I'm over that shit. I healed on accident. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it's because I have my children. Because again, like I said, I didn't have my children all the other times that those, but I had all my other women though, at most of the time. So I don't know. None of it made sense to me. But I'm glad I'm over it. That's what I mean by healing on accident. Because I was talking about it and I was like, damn, that's crazy. I used to be all like, whereas if you telling me I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to do better. I'm gonna try to make time. I'm like, man, get the fuck out. Anyway, I'm getting the fuck on. I don't hear that shit. Now I'm like, shit. I'll wait for what I want. I'll wait for who I want. I'll wait for the people that have time. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, I be busy. I do a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of businesses. Hey, I got things to do. I can't be chasing motherfuckers around. And once I realize my greatness, then I realize others' greatness, and I realize there's no need for that. You know what I'm saying? I'll handle you, do you all day, and shit. When you have time, you gonna get with those who look to have time with you. And I'm so grateful for that. Because it's now looking back on it, it's like, damn, like I never looked at it the way I'm seeing it now. Like I'm seeing it now like, damn, like you was a red flag like a motherfucker. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for realizing it. I'm grateful that has changed. I'm grateful I healed on accident. Because it wasn't a focus of mine. I never was like, oh my goodness, why do I think like this? And why do I feel like this? I need to change. That's what made me do the video. It was like I never even really thought about it until I realized that I'm not like that no more. You know what I'm saying? When I realized it was like, damn, I would have been in, man, this some bullshit, man. Fuck that, man. If you can't, then I don't wanna. And grow the fuck up, right? We all need to grow up a little bit. It's called maturing. We all doing it every day. Every day. You know what I'm saying? I hope you are, because if not, you're going the wrong way. Let me be very clear. This is supposed to be a one-way street. Okay? You feel me? We get older, we mature, we see shit differently. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for it. You know, I'm loving my 40s. I ain't gonna front. I'm loving my 40s. So anyway, just wanted to come and talk about that. You know, but I'll say this though: let's not depend on healing on accident. You know, I should have looked deeper into that in myself and did some work on. Well, I guess I can't say I should. That's a shame space. But I'll say that I wish that I would have realized earlier that I had those issues. I wish I would have realized earlier that I had that mode of operation, that that's how I operated. I wish I would have realized it earlier. And but I mean, all things considered, my story and the way that everything has progressed, you know, I'm grateful for it. And I understand how it worked. But I still had to share this though. You know what I mean? Character growth and development. That's what we're really talking about. Sometimes it's not about healing. Healing is to insinuate something's wrong with you. What I'm talking about right now is character growth and development. Um, was something wrong with me? No, there was a trauma response that I had dealing with relationships. Was it wrong? No, it was functional. It was definitely functional because it brought me into some very dope relationships. The women that I was with, they didn't see it as a problem. They was okay with it. So now that I've grown and I've developed and I'm more mature and it's different now, I'll attract different type of people. That's how that works. So I guess there wasn't nothing wrong with me, but I did go through some character growth and development that is going to be very beneficial to me in the future. And that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why that fell when I said that. That was like a word. Like he dropped the mic. You know what I'm saying? He dropped the mic after he said that shit. Yeah, this is 8 year for me, y'all. Figure out what your personal year vibration is. Mine is an 8 this year. So for me, it's big business. Which also this year is about to be the year of the snake. So it's like, oh, come on. How these coincide? Of course. That makes sense, right? The year of the snake, big business for me. Of course, universally, it's a 9. So it's dealing with completion. Which I ain't even gonna go into that. Sister, what's her name? Sisters Myra, I think. She did a excellent breakdown of what's coming astrologically in the year 2025. If you ain't seen that, oh man, I advise you to go scroll back on the page and check that out. I'm talking about she dropped jewels. You know. Also, if you have not went on www.houseofgenesis.org and signed up for our email list, I invite you to do so if you want to keep up with, you know, the sales that we have, the giveaways that we have, the classes that we have, you know, all of the things that are coming up. Cacao ceremony this weekend for those of y'all who might be in the Detroit area and you want to experience cacao, the heart opening, the mixing with the psilocybin, the rape. Yes, we're gonna be doing all of that. So if you want to come to the pad for the cacao ceremonies, tap in. Also, we got Changa ceremony coming up. 2 weeks after that. So we starting to do more ceremonies and classes and things like that. I know we had slowed up for a minute. You know, it was a whole lot of changes. Went to Florida. It was a whole bunch. But I'm back. I'm focused. Man. So getting back to it. So stay tapped in. Oh snap! Hold on. Let me see. My weed was on the. I always check this book to make sure ain't no comments, and I have not done so. Let me make sure ain't nobody tapping in. Okay. All right, cool. So with that being said, yeah, that's all I wanted to kick it about, healing on accident, character growth and development, and then upcoming events and things. So y'all know what I'm over here doing at that vacuum sealer going. But yeah, man, I love y'all. Tell somebody you love them in a language they can understand it in. Peace.